Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. It's your host, Dr. Sherry Tomlin, welcoming you back to the African Diaspora Podcast. And on this channel, we invite the African diaspora to look at our documentaries, travel Africa with us, reconnect with Africa, and our global African family. So I hope everyone's having a pleasant Sunday afternoon once again. And let me share our link with our Nexna interns. They are behind the scenes with some of the films that we're working on, and you can take a look at nextna.com, nextnaa.com. So I wanted to thank everyone for joining us on this live stream today. It is important that we clear the air and review some things that were discussed this week on social media. If you remember last week, we talked about Dr. Arikana and that ADDI organization that she has. So we wanted to see if Dr. Arikana would respond to some of the questions that, a lot of us have. And she did. So let's talk more about how that went. Um, so before we get into it, last year, I told everyone that last year I was in Senegal for 8 months, when I did the podcast last week. So I haven't been on YouTube for quite some time. And that's because I was in Senegal for 8 months. Then I went to Nigeria and I did the premiere for the Monkey Business movie that somehow made it to the cinemas in Nigeria. And then I returned to the States and, I've been working on the Nexna organization for the past couple of years. Um, and I'll tell you more about that later. So we were getting ready for the pre-show last year, the end of last year. We ended up trying to do a animated series in Zambia, and that turned into a live series, a live action movie short film, and it's the prequel to Monkey Business. It's going to be out next year. So hopefully we'll have a series for it. So we're waiting for a distributor. We're in the editing process right now. And yeah, so the youth at Nextno, we're empowering them. We're helping them to, you know, have income and work and training. And, they are getting guidance and advice by the tech leads that are at Nextna. They're getting support for small businesses if they have one, funding if they're an entrepreneur. And this week, we'll be starting the next nonprofit organization. So, for those of you who are seeing me here on YouTube for the first time, my name is Dr. Sherry Tomlin, and I am a nurse doctor and a community builder. I'm also a mental health practitioner. I see patients in Las Vegas, Nevada, mental health patients, and I do give mental health advice for members at Nexna and for anyone in our community. You can always email me if you need any mental health counseling. I'm at African Diaspora Doc, DOC, African Diaspora DOC at gmail.com. You can also reach us at goguidingstar at gmail.com. So today's conversation moves between travel, innovation, and truth telling on social media. Okay, so last week on our African Diaspora Doc podcast, we discuss the growing concerns and accusations surrounding Dr. Arikana and her ADDI organization. So there were also responses this week from creators like O'Shea Duke Jackson, Go Black to Africa, Afro Think Tank, and many others that, came forward and they were like, let's use our position to do good for our community and let's make sure we have the facts and we, put things out that are accurate, right? So I'll be addressing some of those questions and some of the points that they raised during their online discussions. So before we shift gears, I want to remind everyone to please like, share, and subscribe to the African Diaspora Doc YouTube channel, where you can watch our podcast every Sunday and discover African creators, African films, documentaries, and you'll also have the opportunity to connect and collaborate with our uh, other business owners, with our interns from across the global African community. All right, so let's get into it. Last week, we heard from some of our brothers and sisters in the African diaspora who were expecting to go to Burkina Faso and they thought they would be getting citizenship. So the government in Burkina Faso decided they would allow ADDI members to have permanent residency and then maybe a pathway to citizenship. So many people were understandably disappointed because, if you have citizenship in a certain country, you might be able to, travel visa free to many African countries. You can maybe vote, open a business, have a bank account, and you belong to that country. But if you only have, permanent residency, then you just have permission to stay for a while, and you don't have the full rights like, someone that has citizenship. So I listened to the voices from the African diaspora. I listened to O'Shea Duke Jackson. A lot of you guys probably listen to him as well. He's in Uganda, and he's a Black American living there. And, he does put out a lot of good videos, and, uh, you know, we we like O'Shea. So then we heard from Go Black to Africa. We heard from Afro Think Tank. They all weighed in. So they also had ex-members and members of ADDI who had reached out to them, right? And they allowed them to, email them or come onto their platform. So let's begin with Afro Think Tank. Okay, he stated that, you know, admittedly, he really didn't know much about ADDI the or about Dr. Arikana, but he did some research and he did his own investigation, and he did not find any negative reports online about Dr. Arikana or about ADDI. So there was really no grounds or reason for him to, claim that she's a scammer. So let me put it out there. I was and still am a member of ADDI, and I've also been watching this organization for the past 6 years. And I know for a fact that there are members um, who did give, you know, money anywhere from 100 to 1,000 to even $10,000 to ADDI. And there were disagreements and there has been disputes in the past after certain plans failed or didn't come to fruition, like, the African Diaspora Fund, Wakanda City investing in gold mining projects and other things that, either failed or were abandoned, but we don't know why, and we didn't get any report as to what went down. So I do know people who were close to Dr. Arikanis and people who lost $10,000, left ADDI, and they're now back at ADDI. So if Afro Think Tank was not able to find any negative reports online about ADDI or about Dr. Arikana, I have credible sources who says, she was threatened with lawsuits in the past, and there has been unhappy members over the years. So this goes to show you that she does settle the matters if they have grievances with, if she has grievances, members have grievances. She does return their money, doesn't she? That's why we don't see any reports online. And she said, in her statement last week, if you want your money back, she would give you your money back. So she does give people their money back and she does settle the matters. So this is the reason why, we don't see anything scandalous about ADDI or about Dr. Arikana because she does what she says she's going to do if you're not happy, okay, or if you're not satisfied. So there's not much reason to continue an ongoing public debate about her or about her organization scamming because she will resolve the matter and refund the people's money. So I thank you, Afro Think Tank. We all thank you for doing your little bit of investigation into the claims and the stories and that you heard, and this helps us to all connect the dots so we can see clearly what's true and what's not true. So our community is now getting a better understanding about what's real and what's rumor. So then, things took an unexpected turn when Dr. Arikana responded directly to Go Black and to Go Black to Africa and to O'Shea Duke Jackson. So she referred to Go Black to Africa as a Sambo, and we all know this is a term, or maybe you don't know, it's a term that's used to insult other Black people when they side with their oppressors. So Sambo is not used a whole lot right now in, modern conversations or modern discussions because it causes deep pain and it does remind us of our own people who were complicit in their own oppression and helping all of us stay oppressed, right? So have been following Go Black to Africa for many years, and I don't believe he is a Sambo. He is a YouTuber who is simply giving space on his channel to people who had concerns, and then he invited Dr. Arikana to respond to these concerns that they had. And she did. But calling him a Sambo was totally unnecessary. Okay. We know Go Black to Africa does share certain religious views that he has, and maybe everyone doesn't agree with him. And that's fine because many of us are now unlearning that religion stuff, and we're taught, that we were taught or indoctrinated from birth. And we're now finding out a lot of what we were told isn't true. And a lot of, uh, Go Black's followers, they're on a journey too. And Go Black is on his path of discovery. And of course, we're now finding out the people in the ancient stories was our people. And even with that awareness, each person has to wrestle with whether or not they feel that story is true, is still, something they want to follow. And it's something that means different things to different people. So for some of us, it's less about truth and maybe it's more about having structure, right? Having faith and something to hold on to, because I am a mental health practitioner and I know people need to do their self-care. They need to be able to do self-reflection. They do need words of encouragement and positive messages to guide them so they can find the strength to continue their lives and to do better in their daily lives, right? I didn't know how important that was until, I lost my mom. And then I realized how much of a positive person she was and how the words that she would say would affect me in a good way, and I didn't realize it until she was gone. So now I want to continue my mom's legacy and I want to, you know, be a positive force in our community and, globally as well. So, uh, like I mentioned before, I believe Dr. Arikana and the ADDI organization could make a greater impact by building more partnerships, especially with individuals and businesses outside of ADDI, outside of their membership circle. So they need to endorse, or we would like to see them endorse, businesses in our community, promote them, and help these different businesses discover one another, connect with one another. And ADDI should maybe not remain inward focused, right? The organization should be present and more active in the wider community. So we need them to support us and help us share, what we bring to the table you know, and help us to all have that shared vision of African unity, whether we're members of ADDI or not. So then go back to Africa, looks up the ADDI nonprofit organization on the IRS website, and he encouraged viewers to review the organization's filings for themselves, and everything appeared to be in order. There was a report missing for 2021, I believe, and it came up as an error message. So maybe they have technical issues or they're still processing that filing. But so far, there have been rumors of wrongdoing, but there's no proof of wrongdoing. And that's because there's probably steps being taken to correct any mistakes that ADDI made, or, if Dr. Arikana feels you're not happy, she is working hard to make sure people get what they ask for. So that's reassuring to me. Okay. Then we also heard from O'Shea Duke Jackson, who said he received emails. I believe he said over 100 emails. So, you know, I guess he thinks, something's going on because people are complaining. But the point we're missing is that if you request a refund, if you're not happy, then Dr. Arikana will give you your money back. So if that's not the case, then, let us know. uh, Reports that she was dismissed from the African Union due to misappropriation of funds. We didn't hear about any of this for 6 years. And all of a sudden, this is, something that, we're hearing about. And I don't know, it's a little hard to believe at such a late date. But yeah, so my thoughts are that the focus should be to work harder, to unite, and to support one another and find ways to make progress. Maybe avoid scandals, of course, address concerns if we have them openly and respectfully. So we know we have a history of distrusting one another, being taken advantage of, not making much progress as a community. So it's time that we have these honest conversations, air out our differences, and try to do better together. Okay. So I want to hear from you uh, here at African Diaspora Doc, because we are working on building systems for Africa's next generation. Like if you take a look at what we're doing at nextna.com, nextnaa.com, I am a scholar and I have not taken any public money. I've used my own money for the past 2 years to assist and fund this organization that, like I said, is empowering the youth, the next generation. So I work part-time, and sometimes, I wonder if I'm going to make it. And I keep making it somehow. And my interns and workers at Nextna, they keep making it. So, hopefully, with the nonprofit organization, we'll get more support and donations, but with that, we can reach uh, more partners and maybe people who want to, sponsor us and be members and expand into all 54 African nations. So, Currently, we are in the Gambia. We're in Nigeria. We're hoping to move to Senegal, move into Ghana, move into Uganda. We're in Zambia, and we just want to be able to keep going in 2026. So let me share this with you, everyone, before we continue. All right, let me share this. I guess we better start here. Okay, and then go here.
Say hello to the people of Africa. It's known that the African okay. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Baba.
Okay, so that is Her Excellency, Dr. Arikana Chiambori Kwao. And once again, here's her speech.
From the bottom of my heart and on behalf of all my family as well, I want to thank you all for support. I also want to thank all of our panelists for the wonderful work that they have done. This is just the beginning of what we hope is going to be a long journey in driving the colonizers out of our beloved continent. We are not mincing our words. They are not being nice in the manner in which they are abusing us. They're just as blatant. One of my girlfriends put it very nicely. She said, it's like somebody holding a hot rod next to you, and they just keep burning you, and they keep burning you, and you keep saying, ouch, and you keep saying, ouch. Oh, no, it didn't hurt as bad. Oh, no, that was bad. How long are we going to continue to be burned? I want to ask all of you black men, you have not defended us as your wives. You have not defended us as your sons and daughters. How do you sit back and watch France pulling African countries into giving France their bank reserves? And then when they want to take a little bit of the money they have given France, they have to get it as a loan. How do you borrow your own money? And then immediately you go from France sitting on trillions of dollars from these countries, and now you owe France for borrowing your own money. Where are you, black men, I ask? Anywhere else on earth, what's happening in Africa could be a reason for all out war. It's only when it's being done to black people. Let me share with you a story. Once upon a time, in the country of Ghana, when the British had colonized the Gold Coast, they were taking Ghanaian kings, the Ashanti kings, into exile in Mauritius. And after that, they were going after the Ashanti gold stool. You have to understand that the Ashanti gold stool holds the spirit of the Ashanti people. And when you take the Ashanti gold stool, you are taking the spirit of the people. So the men, afraid of the British governor, they were beginning to negotiate. They wanted to know, in exchange for the golden stool, can we have the king who is in exile in Mauritius? The Ashanti men were willing to give up the golden stool in exchange for one king. The gatekeeper of the Ashanti golden stool, a female by the name of Nanaya Asantwa, hearing of what the Ashanti men were getting ready to do, I'm going to paraphrase her speech. She said, is it true that the bravery of the Ashanti men is no more? Is it true that the Ashanti men are prepared to give up the spirit of the Ashanti people? She said, if that is so, she will not have it. That she shall call upon her fellow sisters, the Ashanti women. They were going to take arms and they would fight the British until the last one of them is down. She shamed the Ashanti men who then picked up arms and fought the British and defended the Golden Stool. To this day, the Ashanti people still have their Golden Stool. So to you, Black men, I say, if you do not stand up and defend us as your wives, if you do not stand up and defend us as your sons and daughters, then move over. The Black woman is coming.
Yes, yes, Her Excellency, Dr. Arikana Chiomborikwa. And yeah, I want to let everyone know that my travel guide for Africa will be available by the end of this week on Amazon.com, and I'm trying to get it uploaded to Substack as well. So check it out, and I'll go ahead and read you a little bit of that travel guide so you can understand why you need to get it. If you're going to Africa, if you want to know more about Africa, yeah, this is the ebook that you should download ASAP. So let me go ahead and read you a little bit of that travel guide. Let's go to chapter 4. Okay. Health, you know, maintaining your health in Africa, and for any emergencies, it says health systems will vary. Uh, research your nearby hospitals before you go. Pack your first aid kits, pain relievers, bandages, eye wash, cold and flu medicine, rehydration packets, and prescribed medications, right? You have access to, I knew that was going to happen. Access to clean water is paramount in Africa. So drink only bottled water or fresh coconut water to avoid any waterborne illnesses. You know, there was a story about a man, he was a white man who traveled to East Africa, and he ate some salad that was washed in the local water from the tap. And he said he knew he was going to get sick. It turns out after a while he lost like half of his intestines. So it's important for us to drink bottled water when we travel, or water from coconuts, okay? So thoroughly wash all fruits and vegetables with boiled water before consumption. During the dusty harmattan season, usually it's from like December to March in West Africa. You know, wear a double mask, protect your respiratory system, and bring your allergy medications if you suffer from allergies. Carry your medical documents digitally and on you. And everyone should be prepared to maintain good hygiene because your health is critical when you're going into a diverse environment, right? So bring your antibacterial soap, um, you know, if you have certain conditions, you know, stay clean to prevent infections. Uh, some people are more prone to getting boils or hemorrhoids. You want to use antibacterial soap for that. For female travelers, you know, make sure you pack your hygiene products, and because some things might not be up to the standards that you're used to prevent malaria, of course, take the malaria prophylaxis. And, you know, there's also neem tea and moringa tea that the local people drink daily. And, I think the neem, you can also put it on your body, helps keep mosquitoes away. Citronella or lemongrass, that's the other name, that helps to keep those mosquitoes away. They said it's good to like burn Tiger brand incense, use Medisoft or Softgel mosquito repellent lotion. So if you have food in the refrigerator, you might find that it will spoil easily because um, the power goes out. So a lot of times the power will go out all day, maybe all night, and you go and eat that and get stomach problems, upset stomach, stomach bugs. So be sure to throw things out if the power goes out for, a good deal of the day or at night. Sometimes you wake up in the mornings and there's no water to bathe with, so always keep your bottled water, handy because you want to freshen up. It's hot. It's scorching hot in Africa, and you might not get any water running until 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock midday, you know. So always have your bottled water wherever you go, okay? Uh, yeah, the water supply can be unpredictable. So if illness strikes, you know, make sure that what I do is to carry some Citrona officinalis homeopathic pellets. Some people have quinine tablets. Back in the old days, the older folks, they used to have quinine in seltzer water, right? So, yeah, a little sip of that if you have some stomach problems, knock it out, right? So, yeah, there's a brand that's called Boron. You might be able to find other Cinchona officinalis homeopathic remedies, uh, maybe not produced by France if you're not into that. So this could relieve diarrhea and stomach problems, right? So yeah, or any anti-diarrheal product. Avoid eating street food. Uh, you know, peel your vegetables, your fruits, and or wash them thoroughly, cook them thoroughly, right? Cook your vegetables thoroughly. So uh, understand the risk that sometimes, we're just getting used to an environment. So uh, there's also risk along the coast. If you are someone who's a swimmer, be sure that you know where the currents are. Listen to the locals, ask them questions, and stay alert and just exercise caution whenever you're at the coastline or out swimming, okay? So yeah, there's a lot to learn in that little ebook. Let me see if you can still see me. Yeah, you can still see me. So let me continue. I'll share my screen so I could get my light. Okay. Let's see. What else do I need to share with viewers today? Yeah, all right, go ahead and put this up. Hope you can see it. All right. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Share, share, share. Okay, here we go. So we saw that. And now, yeah, this is the flyer to go back to, uh, and I might not get my backlight, but anyway, we'll continue to go back to Burkina Faso. So a lot of people, like we said, they were hoping to get citizenship. So this was put out by ADDI. So hopefully if you're not happy about getting permanent residency and you want your money back, just let ADDI know. So that's the last thing we said about that. And this is Dr. Arikana in Dallas, Texas, the first time I met her. And there's some other photos that we have. There she is, yeah, in Dallas. And We, yeah, we love Dr. Arikana. We do want her to do well. We're not saying that, we're going to turn a blind eye to anything, but so far, if there's any issues, she is taking care of things if they're not right. So give her a chance. That's all we're asking. That's all we're saying before putting out negative comments or, negative videos about her and the organization. So we hope to hear more from ADDI. We hope they will make progress. If not this year, next year, because we are ready, right, to move forward in on the African continent and globally. And this is our beloved Dr. Arikana Chiambori Kwao. Next to her in the red skirt is my wonderful friend from Uganda, Mrs. Catherine there. And yeah, nice group of people. See me over here in the dress with the gold in it. Yeah, so we want to keep building our community, okay, everyone? We want to do something, right, that hasn't been done already. So before we close today, I want to let everyone know to email us at African Diaspora Doc at gmail.com. Send us an email at Nextna, info@nextna.com, nextna.com. If you want to, you know, help us with creative filmmaking, music, uh, dialogue with the diaspora, and link up, with the different systems that we already have in place. So we have one story, one goal, and one generation at a time to, you know, to help and to work with. So we hope you'll work with us, if not at ADDI, hopefully with Nextna, nextnaa.com, and the workers and interns there. So, what else do I have for you today? Now, let's see what else I need to share with you. Okay, so we have that. Yeah, good things are happening, everyone. Please take a look at nextna.com. All right. And I hope you join us again next Sunday right here on the African Diaspora DOC YouTube channel. Okay, not .tv yet, but it will be. All right, so we have that. And here we are. We're coming up. And like I said, the ebook for your travel to Africa, your safety guide, will be available on Amazon at the end of this week. And you'll learn more on Substack as well. Yes, and I hope everyone will get their passport to Africa and at least visit. Some of us, uh, we don't have the ability to stay longer than maybe 3 months or 6 months. So just figure out, if it's something that you want to do, if it's a place you want to be long term, or if yeah, you just want to visit. It's good to have like people here in America that you might meet from a certain country if that's where you want to visit. Help them to, you know, get you connected with people on the continent from their country so that you can have, a good experience. So that's how I was able to travel to Senegal. My hairdresser hooked me up with her family in Senegal and, her family there. One of them is married to a doctor, so I stay with them. And this is how I was able to, move across the continent freely without any safety concerns or, you know, any problems. Senegal, of course, they are very easygoing. Senegal and South Africa, you can come in without going through like a long visa process. So it's very simple to visit Senegal and South Africa. So definitely, uh, if you want to visit and if you have questions, you can reach out to us here at African Diaspora Doc. That's DOC for documentaries and me as a nurse doctor. Okay, so I will answer your email and answer any questions you might have. So we invite you to also check out nextna.com. We'll talk more next week about listna.com. That's like a Craigslist. That's another platform that we have. And you can, list and sell different products or, you know, tell people about your business. And we also have nextnala.com, Nextnaa. LA. That's a online e-learning platform, and check it out. They have different courses that, adult learners can take. And we also have taskna.com, tasknaa.com. And with that, it's like a project management tool, like Trello, Asana. I'm learning about these other tools from the from the youth at Nexna. So, yeah. So, like I said, we want you to learn more at nexna.com. We want you to partner with us. And as we expand into all 54 African nations, we want you to be a part of that journey with us. So, with that being said, let's see, what else do I have for you today? Oh, yeah, and check out the Monkey Business YouTube, monkeybusiness.tv YouTube channel. Uh, yeah, we do have a distributor, so we're going to be streaming the Monkey Business movie, hopefully by the end of this year. And oh, yeah, we do have a Nextna newsletter. So if you want to get our newsletter, please send email to info@nextna.com, or you can let me know right here at African Diaspora DOC at gmail.com. We'll send you our newsletter. So the interns are working really hard on sharing our stories, sharing what we're doing. So, yeah, let's connect, okay? And please like, share, and subscribe. Let's see what else I have to share with you today. I think that's it. I've shared everything. Yeah, I just want everyone to have fun, have a good experience. Uh, you know, show us your creative fire, okay? Show us that African spirit. Yeah, we just appreciate you all for listening and for um, supporting us by liking, sharing, and subscribing. And yeah, we hope that you join us again next week, same place, right here on the African Diaspora Doc channel.